Yes, guys, welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Bit of a breaking news, this one. And actually, as we were sitting here deciding what we're actually going to talk about in this video, loads of things seem to keep happening. So a bit of a mishmash, really. We're talking about Ryan Gravenberch's agent linking him to Real Madrid. I can give you the exact quote later on in the show. But that's annoyed me, I'll be honest. The agent coming out and giving it all that. Smash that like button, get your comments in, because we're also speaking about a tweet that has literally happened less than a minute ago. So it's a good job I've got a camera and a mic in front of me, from David Ornstein. And it links Liverpool with Dean Huijsen. And maybe that's the wrong pronunciation of his word. Dean Huijsen. I think that's better. And he says Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle and Tottenham have all met Dean Huijsen representatives ahead of a decision being made at the 19-year-old centre-back's future. Bournemouth and the player want a swift outcome. We know that release clause is 50 mil as well. Liverpool, of course, in the market, I would say, for a centre-back in the summer, for sure, amongst then many other things. I mean, if you were to list them off, you'd say if Kelleher leaves, you need another goalkeeper. Definitely going to need another right back. Definitely need another centre-back. Definitely getting a new left back. So that's 4. Probably need a CDM. And if, Jota or Nunes or someone leaves, you're going to need a striker and a winger. So we're looking at maybe 8 there. So I couldn't count. We're looking at maybe 8. So I would say this is a strong link. Obviously, if David Ornstein has gone early on it, that means it's pretty much concreted that it's going to happen. And of course, we're speaking about the fact that Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk, as we know, right, they're closing in, both of them. Where would you say the level is? Who's closer to the finish line at this stage? Will the club announce them at the same time? I think they must do, to fully eat out on that social media numbers, because Liverpool are the most viewed team on social media and the biggest YouTube channel in the league. Just saying. So they're going to want to dine out on that. Get them both signing it at the same time. Think of some creative... Anyway, they know what they're doing. I'm sure they'll smash it as well. So a lot to talk about in this video. Let's start off, I would say, with Ryan Gravenberch, because it was this quote his agent was believed to have said on Instagram. Well, first of all, the quotes came from Fabrizio Romano. And about 2 hours ago, he said, Ryan Gravenberch's agent, Jose Fortes, says this. He's good enough for Real Madrid. We would love for him to play for them. So who's we? We would love for him to play for them. Better not be you and Ryan, mate, because he's playing for Liverpool. And then he said, but Liverpool would ask for a lot of money. I know they've had their eye on him, but now it's impossible. This is what he says. Someone else goes at him on Instagram, and this is what I love about Liverpool fans. They find his Instagram page, they understand the links there, and they stick it in them, right? Liverpool is the biggest club in the world, says Muns.23. If you don't respect us, leave. Yeah, if you haven't got what it takes to cut it. Our club is bigger than you and your client. We love and support him, but this is disrespectful. And I hear it. I mean, to have the cheek, in fact, to come out and say he's good enough to play for Real Madrid. I mean, good enough to play for any top teams in the world. If you are going to say something silly like that to obviously get a lot of reaction and bait off Liverpool fans, then fair enough. But to throw in Real Madrid at this time, when we're about to give them a freebie in Trent, nah. But Liverpool would ask for a lot of money. Well, yes. Well, we didn't get any money for Trent, did we? But why is his agent even entertaining this? Especially, let's be honest, in a slight downward turn in form for Ryan as well. But big up to Muns there for sticking it on him. And he's obviously come back. He's replied, the right of reply, and he says, I'm Spanish. It's my dream club, not the dream club of Ryan. He is really, really happy. And if you ask Ryan, he will agree with you. No stress. Keep calm. I'll keep calm, mate. I'll keep calm. But now you're backtracking, aren't you? You're going back on your word. So let's have it right. If you're the agent of any Liverpool football player, it is disrespectful to say, allegedly, because we can't, absolutely have these verbatim words in front of us without there being some smoke before the fire came. But to be mentioning Real Madrid, to be saying that we would love him to play for them, maybe that is your dream club, right? But as an agent, there's a bit of, conflict of interest there. It's your dream club. No one's care. No one gives a shit about your dream club. You're not a footballer. So Ryan Gravenberch to Real Madrid. No, I'm sorry, I'm not selling more players to them. Dougie Critchley, my mate at Sky, who I do the lowdown with on the Sky Sports Football YouTube channel. Go check that out if you haven't seen it this season, the times I've been on it. He's tweeted this: if I was Gravenberch, I'd be furious. A difficult few weeks for the club results-wise. Trent closing in on an exit. Finally, some promising news about Van Dijk and Salah. And then the agent comes out and links him to Real Madrid. It's just so unhelpful, Dougie says. And I kind of agree with him. You're not really helping Ryan's current situation. Listen, Ryan's going to win the Premier League for Liverpool this season, and he's been a key, pivotal part of that midfield trio, maybe even a quartet, a cinquet, if you add in Harvey and Curtis to the midfielders that Arne Slot has used this season. But let's not forget, Ryan Gravenberch has been one of the best midfielders in Europe in this season. The facts don't lie. You know, he's lost 2 games in the league all season. Yes, he might be a bit knackered because he's played every minute of every game pretty much so far. But for then this to come out, it's just not up here. That's a very selfish point of view, in my opinion, from the agent. And I don't know how old these quotes are, to be honest. But at the same time, if your client is going through a little bit of a downturn, don't link him away, especially when Liverpool are 4 wins away. This is a fan's perspective. In business terms, this might be a clever thing, making the links, getting that big move to Real Madrid for 85 million in a couple of years. Liverpool get a big payday. In a business term, I can see it, but from a fan's perspective, it is unhelpful. It is disrespectful. So, you know, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'm sure me and Doyle will speak about this on Monday as well. So again, let me know what you think in the chat. Let's move on then to this breaking news that Dean Huijsen, I'm going to go with Huijsen, is being linked to Liverpool. I mean, a lot of teams there. Jesus. We've just seen Fabrizio Romano now retweet this. Huijsen's contract at Bournemouth includes the 50 mil release clause. This clause is 100% confirmed and revealed in January, valid from 2025. The 19-year-old is already spoken about Real Madrid as well, by the way. So it's not as if Liverpool are the front runners. I wouldn't say they are. But, you know, I'd love to be in the conversation. But what I don't want to do is sign a 19-year-old centre-back that could become the next Virgil van Dijk, right? And then he just goes to Real Madrid in 4 years. I mean, it's a conveyor belt at this point. We're a bloody talent factory for these muchachos, these salchichas out there in Madrid. Yeah? What are we? I mean, to them, if I'm honest, yes, we beat them obviously convincingly, and it should have been 4 or 5, like Arsenal. But traditionally, they're the only club in the world that can just nick all of our players, basically, for any price or for free. So Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle, Tottenham. I mean, if there's, 5 there, well, how many is he speaking to in La Liga? How many is he speaking to in the French league? PSG, maybe. Obviously, he wouldn't go to Portugal if you've got all those clubs ahead of you. But Italy, I mean, anyone would take this kid. He seems very confident of himself. I've seen interviews before. He's very happy when he's been linked to Real Madrid in the future. But 19-year-old, some career, if he keeps his head down, that he's got a career on him. Some career he's going to have. But 50 mil, I mean, I'd go for it. I'd go for it if he's up for it. Yeah, for the short term, if Gerald Quansah moves on, I mean, he's an out-and-out centre-back. We've seen his qualities on the pitch this season. What a rise he's had, by the way. You know, could have qualified for Holland to play for their national team. Grew up in Spain. So the pedigree's there. I mean, they were fighting and clamouring over him, each of these nations, and Spain got him. He came out and said, I feel Spanish, I am Spanish. So, you know, he went with them. Fair play to the boy. And he's got everyone knocking on his door, and his agent must have the busiest phone going at the minute. So, yeah, I'm interested. But would he go to Arsenal over Liverpool? Maybe he likes the London nightlife. I'm not sure. As a 19-year-old, that can kind of happen. You get a bit distracted at that age, moving to a big city. He's come from Bournemouth. You know, Newcastle, I can't see him going there unless they offer mad wages. Tottenham, if he's got any kind of ambition about him, then he wouldn't go there. So Chelsea and Arsenal were in the frame because of the London thing. With Liverpool, though, I think, you know, if he wanted to, he could come and learn from Virgil van Dijk if he wanted to for the next 2 years, and he can kind of lead him into the position going forward. So obviously, biasly, I would choose Liverpool. But let me know what you think in the chat. First of all, concrete links to these, breaking news, but would you have him? And at the same time, where would he want to go? We can all say we'd want him, but where would he want to go? So Dean Huijsen, big him up. Attracting a lot right now. And let's just carry on with the news that Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk look to extend their contracts with Liverpool. I was walking through town. Sorry about the audio, by the way, on the video yesterday. I was just walking through town and I thought, stop right here. I've got to do a video. And you know what it's like on Seal Street in Liverpool. Things going off all the time. It was a bit noisy, so I apologise for that. That's why I wanted to jump in the studio today and go through all of this. But David Ornstein originally tweeted yesterday at 6:30 that Salah and Virgil closing in on new 2-year contracts. In the video, I suggested 3, but this is probably the 2 plus an extension. I assume a trigger could be pressed there and Liverpool could extend that. Both players into the final months of existing deals, but the breakthrough found in negotiations on fresh terms set to extend key pair until 2027, which it goes under the radar sometimes. I mean, these ones certainly haven't, but when a player or players of that quality and that level sign deals, it goes under the radar how well the planning and the discussions. Yes, it's taken months. Yes, we've left it late. But if this is what it says it is and we get them for 2 more years, what a chance we're giving ourselves. But like I said in the video yesterday, these two this is the basic minimum to get these 2 signed up. Then you go in for Konate, Diaz and all the rest of them that still need contracts. But I'm expecting a war chest in the summer now. I know we've heard that so many times down the years and you can be naive into believing these clickbait headlines, but we need to invest, as I mentioned at the start of the video, in 6 to 8 signings. So this has got to be the start of the new era of Arne Slot's Liverpool. The 33-year-old world-class centre-back has decided to stay at Liverpool. Many other clubs have approached him, turned them all down. That's loyalty, isn't it? Lad from Holland, loyal, is going to be with us for 10 years. Lad from Cairo in Egypt, loyal, going to be with us for 10 years by the time his contract finishes. I just wish as a Liverpool fan, someone that knows that Trent knows what it means to play for Liverpool, that he couldn't just do a little two-year deal as well. But it is what it is. It's going to happen. He's going to leave Liverpool, and it's still going to be so sad. But let's focus on the positives. Out of them 3, I said at the start of the season, in terms of Liverpool future-proofing themselves in the key areas, I think centre-back and a winger, for me personally, was the 2 to prioritise. And Trent, listen, I was wrong. I thought he would want to stay. Nothing's been said yet, though, so we've got to give him the benefit of the doubt until he speaks. He can control the narrative if he speaks. But anyway, Mo and Virgil staying. I mean, how good is that? BBC Sport have just released an article saying first Salah, now growing expectation that Van Dijk will stay as well, literally 15 minutes ago. And it basically says they're both extremely close. I mean, as I said in the start of the video, again, how good would it be if the video team, the creators behind the scenes at Liverpool, managed to do some kind of dual contract signing video that would break the internet? Forget Kim K. I want to see VVD and Big Mo there signing their deals. That would break the internet. 2-year deals to avoid unsettling narrative. Does it say anything about that? Maybe added year that could be available to them if they achieve it. The central striker is now top of the transfer list. It says that as well. Captain Mark Gay was one that's been analysed, but also Dean Huijsen has been watched. It remains to be seen whether Quansah and Gomez remain on Merseyside, this article says. And where's Robbie, by the way? That's right, he's gone to Saudi, today for DR Sports. I'm not surprised. He's probably going over there to have a word of his source that told him that Mo Salah's going to Saudi. I'd have a word, Rob. I'd get out there, right? I'd have words because he's feeding you lies, mate. Daddy's ketchup, that's your sauce. Mo Salah's signing because he loves Liverpool and we love him. He's the best. Also, Kirk, as we know, Robinson linked as well. Isaac, Gokeres, all of these guys, we're in for them all, hopefully. Maybe this summer turns out to be the most exciting transfer window in Liverpool's history, or maybe it doesn't at all. Maybe it's just 2 extents, ends of the bookshelf. Where do we sit? How many players do we buy? What do we do? I don't know. But anyway, this is your video. I'm finishing off now because that's a lot of news I've just thrown at you. Go and digest it. Dean Huijsen, Virgil and Mo close. Ryan Gravenberch's agent, what are you saying about that? I also have a big match preview for the West Ham game with West Ham legend, right? Yarny. Are you expecting me to say a player there? But it's Big Yarns, Yarn 9. Big Hammer. Was on the pitch when West Ham won that Conference League trophy a couple of years ago. So he's going to come on and give us the energy before that game. Anfield, big match preview there. And then, of course, I'm at the game on Sunday. We'll be doing fan cams as normal outside the Park pub. Big up to Tox as well, by the way. Sorted him out a stadium tour. So if you're watching, I hope you enjoyed that one, my bro. Go and follow that guy. He's a legend as well. Tox does all like equivalent to what we do on DR, but he does it in Nigeria. Amazing. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking for a minute. Up the Reds.